Now, I saw a name in here, and I wanted to make sure that I got this. This caught my attention. And, not all names catch my attention, but this caught my attention. I hope that you jump on this time. If I got him, Black Math Academy. Is the right person? I got the right person on? Okay.
That's right. You can see the logo right there.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to get you on the first time when
right there. First things first. That's what I gotta say. Loving that merch. You got the hat. Man, I know somebody that could use your designer. Wherever you got that hat from, let them know, because I know some people that need some merch done.
Okay, I'll definitely do that. That's what's up. Put me on.
Yeah, definitely. So, I just want to reset for everybody. Today we're in here promoting your business. This is a holiday weekend. You got an organization, you got a business, you got a project going on. This is the first holiday weekend of the fourth quarter. Let's amplify those messages. We are businesses, we are business community, entrepreneur community. Let's build out. Let's get that nonprofit. Whatever you need to get going, let's get it. Everybody that hops on today, everybody that's following me now, you send me a message of whatever you're promoting for this holiday. On Monday, I am putting it in my stories. I'm sharing it out. I'm promoting you. I hope that we can all do the same for each other and promote each other and really amplify each other's messages. I think that's important as entrepreneurs. We can't walk this road alone, right? We've tried that path already, and you see where it gets us. So we need to come together, build together, and want to see each other win. I think that's so important. So I'm thankful for you being on here. Man, talk to us about the Black Math Academy. I love that right there, because that's something everybody says, I hate math. Don't hate math. Man, math is money, man. Talk to us.
Sure. So good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. O'Neal Barnaby. I am the founder and director of the Black Math Academy. My mission statement is to help rebuild intelligent Black society through mathematics. So the reason why I built this company in the first place was because I saw other tutoring companies who weren't really catering their efforts to help specifically Black children. So it's like they would invite everyone to get tutored, but you can see that they wanted a specific group and they were weeding out Black people specifically. I'm like, nah, I can't have that. I got to do something about that. So I, ear hustled a bit and, put my ears to the streets, got gained up on how the business works, decided to build my own, and it just took off from there. And that's how pretty much we got started.
Man. Ooh, we need this. I saw people hitting up the chat. Amen. Love that mission statement. Now, how long you been around? How long are you, and where are you located? Do you do it virtually, nationally, or are you located in a specific area?
So physically, I'm in New Jersey.
Okay.
But I do offer my services online. So I guess technically I'm never really far from anyone. As a matter of fact, over the summer, I had a student in Italy.
Okay.
I can actually do that overseas as well. Now, the time difference is a bit of a factor, but hey, I'm still willing to do it. So I do things online as well.
Now I know Amar's going to come in with some questions in a second, but I want to ask, how can we support your business? I want to know specifically, how can we support what you're doing and amplify your message out there?
Oh, well, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can definitely follow me on those platforms as well. The same tag name, the Black Math Academy. Like, share, comment, subscribe, follow, do all of those good things. Anybody you know who has children, who has cousins, nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles, I don't care who they are. I definitely can help them out when it comes to mathematics. Sort of a side thing I do as well. I was a track athlete. I was recruited to run Division I track in college.
Wow.
So I also know the process of the recruiting situation, like all the negotiations got to go through, what scholarships actually mean, how you can get extra money, how to maintain your scholarship, the grades and all of that. So anybody who is like collegiate bound or prospective student athlete, definitely swing them my way as well. I can definitely show them what to do, particularly now that college athletes are able to get paid for their efforts as when I was in college where we couldn't. So they definitely want to gain funding so they're not, being used and abused by the system. Just ask Kevin Garnett.
But yeah, you know what? It's interesting that they are able to get paid. They fought for that. They finally got it. So this is a great opportunity for them, because not everybody's going to go to NBA. So I mean, I'm thinking basketball. Excuse me. Not everybody's going to become a professional track star, but I was thinking basketball because basketball players get. That's the ones that set it off to to get paid.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, I see. I'm Samantha Rosetta, our self-love coach said I need that. My 14-year-old son is a track beast.
Oh, that's what's up.
So, all right. She said you need math for everything. 100 Chef Mom. Nah,
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
I think what you're doing is amazing. I'm definitely going to make sure that I'm going to be on your page. I'm hitting notification button on your page. So anytime you posting something, I'm going to make sure I'm resharing and I'm promoting it because this is definitely something I think is necessary. This is definitely a need in our community. And I'm going to make sure I'm going to start talking to some of the organizations that I'm part of to
Okay.
ask how they can connect with you with some of the students. Because I know we do, like, there's a couple of in my area, and I imagine you deal with all different ages, but mostly students I'm dealing with in high school, and
Okay.
so I know there are some issues going on, and I'm gonna figure out how to connect with that and how we can work. We could balance that. So I'm definitely gonna reach out to you. I'm definitely
All
gonna
right,
reach
bet.
out.
I have worked with businesses before. A couple of people who needed my help for some of their accounting stuff, some of their
Okay.
like their signage, how to like create the right size for the sign itself. I've done that. Let's see, what else have I done? I do a backpack thing every August where I go to the grocery store nearby and just
Mm-hmm.
post up in front of the grocery store like, yo, you don't want to win something for free? Just solve a math question and that'll be it. So even if they don't get it right, they still get a lesson out of the endeavor as well. So everybody learns something from that. And one more thing that I do as well. Part of my efforts is trying to turn the Black Math Academy into a think tank as well. So I do a bunch of research on areas where Black people I think would really benefit from. So if you look up and down my page, you'll see a couple of posts about like violence, like gun violence or police brutality, home ownership, entrepreneurship as well. I'm getting ready to do one on reparations pretty soon. Just trying to put that research out there for the people to consume so they can
Hold on
actually
one
get
second.
accurate, reliable information.
Hold on one second. Everybody's asking you to break down that shirt because you started
Oh,
telling them. Yeah, they want to know about the shirt. The shirt is a hot topic right now.
okay.
Hit those
So
heart
it's
buttons so we can hear about this shirt.
bet. So I got to post about it on my page as well. But a friend of mine asked me about making a shirt, and she suggested that I put Black Mathematicians on it. And I was like, yeah, I actually never seen anything like that before, ever. So I did some research on trying to look up some Black mathematicians and was able to find, quite a bit. So I made sure I put them, organize them in an array as you see here, and made a few of them so that I could actually wear them and, show the world that, yeah, Black mathematicians do exist. Yeah, there's not a whole lot, but we are here, and they've actually contributed majorly to American society and, the world as well. So to give you guys a little bit of a breakdown, Benjamin Banneker, y'all should be pretty familiar with him by now. He's been talked about a lot for the past couple of years. Yeah. He invented the first wooden clock that struck very accurately for something back in the 1800s, and also designed DC's the streets, how they're organized. He was the one able to do that. Charles Reason, even before Banneker, never got a degree, but at the age of, I believe it was 14, was able to teach college students mathematics and Greek as well at that level. Dr. Kelly Miller, he was around during W.E.B. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington. So he was the one who helped revolutionize Howard University's educational programs, specifically their mathematics as well. He kind of put the math with the vocational majors together to make a more robust, more well-rounded program that Howard could provide. So you can thank him for that. And I'm trying to go through the list. Valerie Thomas, 3D printing. She's kind of the pioneer when it comes to that. But yeah, these are some of the few mathematicians out here who are really doing great things. I got plenty more too. Actually.
Can people actually get this shirt? Can they order?
Yeah, they
this
can.
Shirt?
Just if you follow my page or just hit me up in the DMs or whatever. I definitely have a breakdown for the types of shirts, who you want on them, color, size, t-shirt, long sleeve shirt, hoodie. Yeah, just let me know.
I'm definitely gonna reach out. I want that same shirt you got on right now.
definitely gonna need one of those hoodies. One of those on a hoodie. It's fall season. That's what I need.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hit me up for that. That's for sure. So one of the questions that I wanted to ask you was, obviously one of the biggest, What I like to say is I like to say that the pandemic, COVID pandemic, really exposed a lot of areas where just our country was weak in general, areas
Okay.
that we may have overlooked, but we've kind of seen a lot of those issues exacerbated. And as it pertains to like teaching people online, what were some hurdles that you had to overcome with teaching students online, with kind of getting them, I guess, obviously them getting accustomed to virtual learning? How is that difficult, or how is that transition for you? That'd be the first question.
Okay. So it's a bit bittersweet. You do get the missing of the personal and the touch of being with the student, sitting right next to them and engaging them, because you get to pick up on cues. You can see whether or not they're frustrated enough, and you can actually tackle that right then and there without having to wait for it to fester. So the online approach definitely put a barrier when it comes to that. But although there has been a section of students who actually have done well learning virtually, because I would imagine that the fear of kind of putting themselves out there, raising their hands in front of the class, or being bullied, things of that nature, not having the right environment around them that procures their love for learning. The online service provided, an avenue for them to be comfortable, to learn and not be molested in any sort of way. So it was sort of bittersweet that the online environment has provided. So it does give me the access to students pretty much anywhere, but I do have to cater my approach a bit differently for those who aren't comfortable with learning online.
Definitely, I get that. And the main reason why I asked that question is because I feel like, although, definitely school departments may have had an issue with integrating the virtual learning. What we've seen from just YouTube and the way that people learn online nowadays, anyways, a lot of learning is being geared towards, online learning anyway. So I think that just you being in that space provides like some really good opportunities, like you said, to not only teach here, but to teach internationally or just across the country as well. So that was one thing. And then my follow-up question would be, how was your overall interest in the math and sciences really impacted, you getting into this type of profession?
Okay. Well, mathematics is a universal language. No matter what
Mm-hmm.
language you speak it in, it's the same no matter where you go. So I can, literally communicate with anybody using this particular subject. But math being so integrated with literally everything that we do, I do make it a point to, because you always hear students talk about how they don't think that math is useful and they're never going to use it. Whatever field they want to get into, I know I'm not going to use it as an artist. So why would I even need to learn math? Well, I tend to say no. Math is actually used no matter what you do, art included. I don't care what subject it happens to be. So I definitely make a point to show them that, yes, mathematics is used here as well. And yes, you need to master it as well, because it's one of the hardest subjects that exist out there. I mean, there are governments that literally pay top dollar for having the best minds to make whatever that the government needs. And you want to be in that position as well. Position of authority, position of power, position of decision making, not just an influencer or someone who recommends, but someone who decides. That's what you really want to be.
Love that.
So STEM, those four, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, definitely helps out with that. But I would apply that to all other areas of labor, of vocations, of whatever career you want to get into as well. Just be the best at it is what I would say.
I love that.
Yes,
I
definitely.
definitely, I 100% agree with that. I definitely agree with everything that you said with math being very, a universal language, and it's very important. Like, honestly, what I like to tell people, especially, youth, is that I don't think it's that youth don't like math, or they don't like science, or they don't like XYZ. They just don't like how it was taught to them previously. You know what I mean? And that's all that we can go based off of. We can only go based off how we learned something previously, or who was the person teaching us, how it affected or how it catered to our particular learning styles. So now we're in a time where people's learning styles are always going to be different, and also having people that can convey that information in a way that is engaging to them is super important. And especially like with you saying how math is applicable to everything, probably one of the easiest conversations to have with someone is to talk about how whatever their perspective goal is, and have them understand how math kind of comes into into play with that goal. You know what I mean? Even with entrepreneurs, we can't count these checks if we don't know if we don't know how to do math, man. Somebody's gonna always be getting over us on that one. So I
Yeah.
definitely
let me follow up on that. I would be remiss. But let me start with this. That I call it the Black Math Academy for a reason. It's about blackness as well. So I would be remiss if I didn't say that white supremacy hasn't played a role in not just mathematics specifically, but education more broadly. So part of my efforts is to kind of get rid of that as well. So you mentioned about how mathematics was taught was an issue. So I remember I had a student, I think it was earlier this year, where I told him that mathematics was also involved in going to the club. So I was like, okay, so to get into the club, you have to pay a cover charge. Let's say it's like $30. Okay, that's fine. And then once you get into the club, you got to buy drinks for yourself, for the girl you're trying to holler at. Like, okay, it is what it is too. Let's say the drinks are $8 a piece. So 8 times X would be how much you would be spending on your drinks, plus the $30 would be the charge to get into the club. So that total would be how much money you would have to spend. So you can literally calculate how much money it costs to go into the club and have a good time. So you won't be broke at the end of the night.
That's a fact.
I love it.
That's
a
fact,
real way to catch. That's a real way to catch it on their level where they want. I love that. I love that. I love that. That was a fun way to explain it too. Definitely. Yeah.
That's the whole idea. You make it relatable, make it somewhat cool, or something that they actually, like they said, when am I ever going to use this? Well, tell me what you want to do, what career you want to get into. And once I know that, I can then explain to them exactly how it's used in that field.
Exactly.
But you can't teach what you don't know. If you don't know something, then you really, who are you to explain to someone else what to do and what not to do? Now, you got to know it yourself as well.
Yeah,
That's
man,
awesome.
appreciate you. I'm getting that shirt. I'm gonna reach out to you, and I want to know: are you working in a nonprofit area, or how is it? Do you have a nonprofit? Do you have a foundation or something like that coming up, or is it more? It's a company at this time.
It's a company at this time. I do work
Okay.
for a profit. I mean, I do work with people to, like I said earlier about
Hey, hold up.
efforts during
Ain't
August.
nothing wrong with that either. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I know a
For
lot
those
of
of you
times I
who
see
saw
people do these organizations and they do it like that. Yeah. So
right. For those of you who saw the movie The Dark Knight with the Joker, that he said that if you're good at something, never do it for free. So I kind of use that as kind of sort of a mantra.
right.
But I don't mind, volunteering here and there. I've given away my services at a cheaper discount and prices and whatnot. And I do explain all that on my platforms as well. But no, it definitely is for profit. Absolutely.
Okay. No, it's good. No, this is something that we definitely need. And do you have a YouTube channel?
I do.
I was hoping that you did, because I'm gonna tell you, when I was doing math, when I was in college, they had and I would have loved to go into your YouTube channel, because I used to go to one, was it Khan Academy, something
Right.
like that.
That's a major, that's a large
Yeah,
platform.
yeah. That's the only one I knew. But if I would have known something like you, I would have been on there giving you all those views, because that's literally how I got through math.
Okay.
The tutoring was horrible. The tutor was confused sometimes. I was like, no, man, I can't do this calculus thing. And so I like the way they explained it, and the way you did it just now, I would have probably picked it up way faster than it took me to catch on to that.
I feel you, man. Yeah, it's all in the approach.
So I'm gonna definitely refer some. So now I know you virtual, I'll definitely be referring some people that I know that need the resources. I will definitely be promoting.
Have you gotten any partnerships with any schools, or is that something that you're looking to do moving forward?
I wouldn't mind doing it. I haven't had any success in that route yet. It's a bit combative, actually.
Really?
I guess because of my approach or my philosophy, the fact that I have black in the name of the company, that may rub people the wrong way. But I definitely wouldn't mind doing something like that to kind of reach a larger audience. But in all honesty,
We can probably hook that up. We'll talk offline. I got some things going on.
Okay.
I got a mentorship program in a college right now that's for black students to help them get back into college that dropped out. So there may be some opportunity there, because it was a big grant fund that we were able to get. So we're able to get 900 students. Like, that's the goal. That's how much the fund is. And so the tutoring is a big portion of it. And it may be something of having someone from the outside do portion of the tutoring. A lot of the schools, a lot of colleges, they have tutoring sessions, but they have the students that they train to tutor. Whereas you might say, well, let's try working out this. So there may be a conversation to be had, and I'll probably try to connect you to the school and everything like that. So we'll talk offline about it too.
Yeah, that's a bet.
Yeah.
That.
Let's make it. Let's make it. That's what this is
Perfect.
about. That's what this thing is all about. How can we help each other build, man? You
Right.
know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And if you've been watching, you know I got one last question to ask you before we wrap up. So you woke up today with a message in your heart. What's the message you want to share with the audience today?
Oh, okay. I actually share this with my students as well. That your goal is to be the smartest person in the room. Once you become the smartest person in the room, you become the authority on the subject. And once you become the authority on the subject, people can't tell you anything. They have to come to you for advice. And that's power.
Love that. Yeah. Come to me for the advice. I'm gonna be the smartest one in the room. And Ravishing Dragon said the ones rubbed the wrong way are the ones you don't need to do business with. I'm not sure.
Oh, he's talking about how when he was approaching some schools, he had some
Oh
pushback.
yeah. I got you on the schools. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because these are delayed. I forget there's like a little delay between us, so sometimes we miss out.
Right.
Chef Mom says your service are needed. Lemonade Development joined. Thank you for joining. Coach Gordon joined. Dr. Johnson joined, and that's why we work with Shiva Body said that's why we work with you, the Black Man for Cali. All they know it.
Right. Yeah, she's one of my clients actually. I have her 2 daughters. So
Oh, amazing.
yeah.
Awesome.
Famo Swindo joined.
What
I was trying to look for some of the comments.
what did you study in college?
Mathematics. I got my degree in math, and I got my
I
minor in
was assuming it was going to be math.
Well, it didn't have to be. It could have been any math related.
That's true.
But
Math.
yeah, I didn't get a degree in education. I thought about it. I guess my time with running track and whatnot really got in the way. But this space that I'm in gives me carte blanche to do as I see fit. So that freedom and that benefit has been, immeasurable. And I definitely appreciate that. So I'm not knocking people who are teachers and educators. That's perfectly fine. I have a whole lot of respect for them as well. But this space here, yeah, I'm comfortable. I'll put it that way. I'm comfortable.
And you're in a place that you love. You're in your purpose, and it's amazing. You can feel the energy. I could feel it just riding through the screen. So I'm just happy to have connected with you. So thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
Welcome for bringing me on. This is an amazing opportunity and what you guys are doing in terms of aggregating these resources. That's exactly what needs to be done, particularly for Black people. We don't have this sort of reservoir of information and talent and just knowledge of what's out there. This is a good place to have something like that.
Yeah, it's
appreciate you, brother.
Iron sharpens iron. We have to build together. As entrepreneurs, we're in a space. I always tell people entrepreneurship is a risk in itself, but sometimes, when you're doing it together, like I always use that expression of us going into the forest. You're in the forest by yourself. You dropped off in the forest by yourself. But if you had a tribe, right? You probably feel a little more comfortable. So that's what I think that, we still going to have to journey on our own, but having some people that you can call for resource or connect with the resource and work together, it makes the journey a little bit easier, So definitely. I appreciate you because I think what you're doing and everything that I want to do is to influence the next generation, and you are directly influencing the next generation. So I want to be a part of that. Legacy First is a social entrepreneurship company, so we will find a way to give back to make sure what you're doing is successful, because that I really believe in. I believe what you're doing, and it's so unique. Like I said, if I'd known about something like yours, that's where I would have been while I was in college. So just to have you there now, I know. Hey, no, go to this site, check this out. Right. He's got a fun way of teaching you this math that's going to make it easy for you. Nothing math not that easy. You're gonna have to learn it, but like you said, it's a universal language. Thank you. We appreciate you. All right.
Appreciate you, brother.
Gonna drop you down. Yes. And I want to